Namaste. Hearty welcome to you all for this second day's yoga session, part of our 4 days yoga appreciation program. Let us begin the second day's yoga sadhana with a prayer. Please sit down in any comfortable position. Broader the base, more stability, and keep your back and neck straight. Close your eyes. You can sit on your chair also if you are not comfortable on the ground. Just relax the whole body. Take a deep breath and exhale. Take a deep breath and exhale. Feeling the relaxation is very, very important. Fold your hands in Namaskar Mudra. We chant 3 times Om and a prayer all together as we did yesterday. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe in. Sangachadvam samvadadvam sammo manamsi janatam deva bhagam yatha purve sanyanana upasate sanyanana upasate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Just keep your hands on your respective knees. Open your eyes. Yes. Slowly stand up. Sit on your both the legs. Let us begin with some yogic sukshma vyayama, loosening practices as a part of our repetition of the previous practices. Simple. Now both feet parallel and a few inches apart. Keep your palms on the respective hip joints, elbows parallel. Very good. Now slowly now we go for neck movement. Observe your neck muscles now. Yes. Inhale first. Exhale, bend your neck forward. Try to touch your chest with a chin. Yes. Inhale up. Stretch up. Exhale, bend your neck, head backward. Stretch your throat muscles. Inhale up. Exhale, bend forward again. Stretch your neck muscles. Inhale up. Exhale, bend your head back. Feel the stretching in the throat muscles. Inhale up. Relax, close your eyes. See the impact of forward and backward neck movements both on neck and throat muscles. Now we do lateral bendings. Slowly inhale, exhale, bend towards your right side. Stretch your left neck muscles. Stretch up, very good. Inhale up, exhale, bend your head toward the left side. Stretch your right side of the muscles. Inhale up. Very good. Exhale, bend toward the right side again. Stretch. Inhale up. Exhale, bend towards the left side. Stretch your right neck muscles. Inhale up. Close your eyes, relax your neck muscles. Feel the impact of the lateral stretching of your neck muscles. Now we go for neck twisting. Inhale, exhale, turn your head towards the right side. Let the chin come on your shoulder. Now inhale, come back. Exhale, turn to the left side. Complete head rotation as much as possible. Again inhale up. Exhale, bend toward the right side once more. Twist it, twist it, twist it. Very good. Inhale up. Exhale, twist it towards the left side. Excellent. Inhale up. Relax now, close your eyes. See the impact of neck twisting. Now we go for rotation. First clockwise 2 times and anti-clockwise 2 times, but we move this with the coordination of the breathing. Now inhale, exhale, bend your head forward, chin on the throat, chest. Then slowly inhale, rotate your head in a clockwise direction. Inhale up, exhale, take your head back slowly. Inhale, come back, exhale, chin down. One more time. Inhale up, exhale, throw your head back. Inhale up, head down, exhale. Now anti-clockwise. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale, head down. One more time. Inhale up, rotate, exhale, throw your head back. Inhale, come back, exhale, chin on the ground. Inhale, make your head straight, close your eyes, hands down, relax your whole body. Now you go for shoulder stretching. Open your eyes. Inhale, rise your arms up, make them parallel, stretch your whole body. Exhale, arms down, relax the whole body. Inhale, again stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. Exhale, down, relax the body. Now we go for shoulder rotation. Inhale, rise your arms up, bend your elbows, place your palms on the respective shoulder. Let us bring your elbows forward. This is the position. Now rotating first clockwise, then anti-clockwise. Inhale, elbows up, stretch, exhale, down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down, relax. Now anti-clockwise, exhale, down, inhale, shoulder up, exhale, down, inhale, shoulder up, relax. Now elbows apart, make them straight, stretch your arms, pull them, palms towards the ground, exhale, hands down. Close your eyes, observe the changes in the shoulders. They have been stretched. You can observe the length of the breathing. There is a change, a small change. If you are able to experience or understand the small changes and positions, you start understanding your body. Then you shall bring coordination between body and mind. Now we go for spinal stretch. Let us keep your legs apart, 1.5 feet. Yes. Slowly raise your arms up, stretch up, then slowly exhale, bend backward as much as possible. Don't throw. Open your eyes. Don't stretch too much. Fantastic. Feel the stretching in the front side and lower spine is push up. Exhale, inhale up, exhale, bend forward at the trunk part. Try to touch the ground and if possible place your palms beside the feet, respective feet. Head down. Again inhale, rise your body up, make it straight. Exhale, go back, bend backward as much as possible. Again inhale, make your body straight. Exhale, bend forward, stretch your spine, place your palms on the ground, head down, stretch the lower spine is very, very important. Stretch it up, hold it up, very good, relax it, excellent. Then slowly come up, inhale up, stretch up, exhale, arms down, sidewise, yes, relax, keep your legs together, few inches apart, rest in Tadasana, relax. Now we go for trunk twisting. Let's keep a feet apart between both the feet, 1 foot or 1.5 feet. Place your palms besides the body, raise your arms up, then slowly exhale, twist your body toward the right side. You can see the arms position, excellent. Again inhale, come back, exhale, turn your body toward the left side, the trunk and the neck also, head also, twist it, twist it, twist it, inhale up, come back, exhale, twist towards the right side, turn back, twist your neck also, see the entire spinal twisting. Again inhale, come back, make your head straight. Now go to the left side, turn, twist, twist, final twist, twist it, inhale up, very good. Exhale, hands down, close your eyes, see the impact, legs together but few inches apart, legs together few inches apart, Tadasana, excellent. Now we go for knee movements. Raise your arms up to the shoulder level. Then slowly exhale and bend your knees. Come to the squatting position. Thighs parallel to the ground. Arms parallel to the ground. Inhale up. Exhale, again bend your knees, thighs parallel. See the impact on your knees. Inhale up, exhale, arms down, relax the whole body, see the impact. Again bring your feet together. See the impact of yogic sukshma vyayama or loosening practices, impact on your neck, shoulders, the spine, the trunk, knees and ankle joints. Now turn towards right side. Let us start Tadasana 2 times. Both feet parallel, few inches apart. Lock your fingers. Stretch out your palms outwards. Inhale, raise your arms up. Stretch the whole body. Stretch up. Then slowly again inhale, raise your heels up, try to stand on your toes, stretch, look straight, try to balance the body in a straight line, relaxing the shoulder blades, abdominal muscles. Now slowly exhale, heels down, inhale, open your palms up, stretch the body, exhale, arms down sidewise, palms downwards, relax the body. Close your eyes. Tadasana is a very important but so simple, but it can be practiced with larger benefits. We repeat the same posture once again. Relax. Lock your fingers. Stretch your palm outward. Inhale and raise your arms up. Stretch up. Stretch up. Very good. Relax your neck muscles, shoulder blades, etc. Again inhale, raise your heels up. Try to stand on your toes. If somebody is not able to balance, let us try, otherwise stand on your both the feet, heels on the ground. Now exhale, heels down, inhale, palms stretch, and exhale, arms down, relax, close your eyes, see the impact of Tadasana. Now we can go for very simple one more posture called Ardha Chakrasana, where we make our body in a half wheel position. It is the second standing posture, Ardha Chakrasana. It opens up the chest and also bend your back, having the impact on your lower spine. Lumbosacral region has been squeezed, and it is very useful practice, helps to overcome the lower backache. Now let us see how we can do it. Place your palms on the hip joints, feet are parallel, then elbows, make your elbows perpendicular, parallel, then slowly inhale, stretch, and exhale, bend backward, stretch your throat, go as much as possible, then exhale and relax the position. You can see both the legs are perpendicular to the ground, they are straight, you are not bending your knees, exactly you bend at the hip joints, your thighs are straight. Relax the whole body, maintain the posture with normal breathing. Now while coming back, inhale, slowly rise your body up, head up, exhale, hands down, relax the body. Okay. Now we are all together, do it. Yes, please. Place your palms on the respective hip joints, elbows parallel. Very good. Inhale up and exhale, slowly bend backward. Exhale, feel the expansion of the chest, breathing out, you can bend more with exhalation. Maintain the position with elbows parallel, keeping the legs straight, but see the impact on the lower spine. The front side of the body has been stretched, chest has been opened up, throat muscles are stretched to the maximum, but see the neck muscles are squeezed, lower spine has been squeezed. Then slowly inhale and rise your body up, head up, exhale, hands down, close your eyes, see the impact of Ardha Chakrasana. Ardha Chakrasana helps to improve the breathing capacity. You can see the expansion of the chest. At the same time, it helps to overcome the backache or it freshen up. Okay. Now we go for some sitting posture. Just bend your knees and sit on your knees. Yes. Come to the Vajrasana position. This is called Vajrasana. You are sitting on your heels with bending both the knees. Now slowly stand on your knees. Yes, we are going to do Ardha Ustrasana, half camel posture. It is also the backward bending, but earlier we did it on standing, but you are doing it on standing on the knees. Just keep your palms again on the hip joints. Yes. Make your elbows parallel. Very good. Then slowly stretch your body up with inhalation and bend backward with exhalation. Throw your body. You can do it with much comfort. Stretch up. Maintain your elbows in a parallel position. Again, see the impact. It is a different kind of impact, though it is the same backward bending, but you can experience the different impact on your chest and spine. Again, inhale up, exhale, hands down, and sit down on your heels. Close your eyes. Those who cannot do or sit on your knees, they can do it on crossing your legs also, or you can avoid this posture. I do know that some people cannot sit, especially the arthritis patients, the stiff knee joints or ankle joints are not able to help us to perform this. Now, we will repeat Ardha Ustrasana once again. Stand on your knees. Place your palms on the respective joints, elbows parallel. Breathe in, stretch up, and exhale, breathe out, bend backward as much as possible. Stretch up your chest muscles, relax the whole body, relax the whole body, relax the whole body. Maintain the posture as much as possible with total relaxation. Then slowly inhale and come up, stretch your body, head up, exhale, hands down, please sit down on the heels. Relax, see the impact. Many times we are sitting and standing for long duration. If you do any cross leg postures like this, Vajrasana, bending your knees, it relieves the knee pain and bring the freshness to the legs. Now, we do some complementary posture called Shashakasana. It is a forward stretching posture and very simple, helps to overcome the stress and anxiety. Now, slowly spread your knees apart a little bit as much as possible. Sit on the ground and place your palms between your thighs like this. Then slowly inhale up, exhale, go on stretching your body forward, stretch your arms, place your chest on the ground, chin on the ground, forehead on the ground. See the forward stretching. It is called Shashakasana. Very important for relieving the stress, anxiety. It is a soothing impact. Those who are having severe backache cannot perform, but mild backache, definitely it helps to relieve the pain. Then slowly inhale, bring your arms towards your body and make your body straight, join your legs, sit in Vajrasana for some time, relax the body. Very good. Now, we go for one more time, knees apart, place your palms on the ground, inhale first and exhale, bend forward, stretch your arms, chin on the ground. Excellent. See the beautiful stretching. In the beginning, those who are having abdominal obesity and they cannot sit on the ground, they may rise the hips up, but try to keep your hips on your heels or the ground as much as possible. That enhances the benefit. Now, slowly inhale and rise up, place your, join your knees with exhalation and relax. In the same position, you can lie down flat on your abdomen Yes. Stretch your arms up, forehead on the ground. Stretch the whole body with inhalation. Exhale and relax. And come to Makarasana, placing your one arm on the another, resting your head on the palms, legs apart. Relax the whole body. Fantastic. Now we do Sarala Bhujangasana. Join your legs, toes together, heels together. Place your palms, elbows besides the body, hands on the ground. Yes, elbows are touching to the body. Then slowly inhale, raise your head up, shoulder up to navel region without lifting the elbows. Go back as much as possible. Sarala Bhujangasana, and it relieves the lower backache and also helps to overcome the stress and anxiety. It brings lot of relaxation to the whole body and your spine become very supple and healthy. Exhale, bend forward, chest on the ground, chin on the ground, forehead on the ground. Come to Makarasana, legs apart, relax the whole body. We repeat it. We repeat. Join your legs. Place your elbows besides the body. Legs together. Now slowly inhale. Raise your head up, chest up. Adjust the body. Maintain the Sarala Bhujangasana. Anybody can do it. Even the cardiac patients, if it is not severe, they can do it. But chronic backache patients shall always take care while bending backward or forward. The severe cervical spondylitis patients and lumbar spondylitis patients, whenever do any asana, they should definitely consult the yoga therapist or yoga experts or a physician. Then slowly exhale and come back. Relax in Makarasana. We quickly go for Shavasana. Turn back, lie down flat on your back. Legs apart, hands apart, palms facing toward the sky. Excellent. Relax the whole body. Take a deep breath and exhale. Watch the whole body. Feel the impact of various yoga practices, the Sukshma Vyayama, Tadasana, Ardha Chakrasana, Ardha Ushtrasana, Shashakasana, Makarasana, Sarala Bhujangasana, now the Shavasana. See the relief and relief of tension, stress, anxiety. Yes, please. Inhale, exhale. Just have a small moments. Join your legs. Raise your right arm up. Stretch it up. Then turn towards the right side. Have a rest for a few seconds in that position. Excellent. Then slowly wake up and sit down. Relax the body. Sit in any comfortable position. Take a deep breath and exhale. See the impact. Let us conclude with Shanti Patha. Close your eyes. Fold your hands for Namaskar Mudra. With total love and devotion, let us do the universal prayer. Breathe in. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Place your palms on the respective eyelids, press them, relax, then slowly come back. Place your palms on the respective knees. Open your eyes. Dhanyavad. Thank you very much. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaskar. Hearty welcome to you all for this second day's lecture program as part of our yoga appreciation program of 4 days duration. So today we are going to discuss about what are the yoga practices needed for our health and well-being. Yesterday we had discussed about the yoga, its meaning, history and development, different yoga traditions and schools, and how the practices have been taken for practicing yoga for the health and well-being. Today we are going to discuss about what is health as defined by the WHO. What is being called health or swasthya in Ayurveda? What really means health or swasthya or arogya according to yoga? Then what are the practices which are helpful for health and well-being? Today this is the objective of our discussion. First of all, let me see what WHO said. Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Taking the broader aspect, not only the symptomatic, the treatment we are talking about, but it is a physical, mental and social. In the recent past, the spiritual dimension has also added. So that brings the holistic approach. That means WHO is also slowly emphasizing man is not a mere physical body. It is a mental and social and spiritual aspects of personality has also emphasized. If you go to the Ayurveda, our Indian traditional medical system, here it is said, samadosha samagnischa, samadhatu malakriyaha, prasannatmendriya manaha, swasthitya vidiyate. We have a 3 dosha, vata, pitta, kapha, they should be in a harmony. So then we have a triguna, sattva, rajo, tamo guna, samagnischa, so the gastric fire should be in a very proper manner, samadhatu, saptama dhatu. Then the excretion, the mala should be thrown out, the toxin shall be thrown out as per, as and when, so that I will be clean always. Prasannatmendriya manaha, most importantly. It is not only I am talking about the different dhatus, different agnis, different doshas, etc., but I am talking about prasanna atma indriya. There we talk about the guna, sattva, rajo, tamo guna. So all these things has been there, then it is called swasthya or arogya. It is in Ayurveda Shastra. What yoga says? Yoga has not been defined for health. Yoga is only for the giving us the freedom, moksha, liberation. So that itself is bringing the concept of health in totality. So I am trying to give some meaning of health according to yoga. So what man is? Once we born, we are suffering from one or the other problems in life. It is called tapatraya, dukkhatraya. So we are always striving hard for overcoming the tapa, dukkha. It may be disease, it may be depression, anxiety or anything. So, that is called suffering. So, therefore, what is the root cause for that suffering? Ignorance, avidya is the root cause. Therefore, yoga addresses klesha tanukaranartha. There are pancha klesha, avidya, smita, raga, dvesha, finimesha. And avidya or ignorance is the root cause of all suffering. Therefore, complete cessation of all kinds of suffering and its root cause avidya or ignorance, that brings harmony in all walks of life and leads to a total freedom, which is called moksha. That type of moksha is health. Therefore, end of ignorance leads to the harmony, and harmony leads to the moksha or the freedom. That we call it as a being a swasthya person. Wellness, there are many dimensions of wellness: the physical, emotional, intellectual, social, occupational, spiritual. Therefore, wellness is a way of living that seeks to maintain the right balance of all these 6 dimensions of our aspect of life. Therefore, in Gita it is envisaged, yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasu karmasu yukta swapnava bodhasya yogor bhavati dukkaha. It has given 4 important aspects. Yuktahara, right food. Then yukta vihara, relaxation. Relaxation comes with a regular practice of yoga. Achara, conduct, right conduct increases the longevity. Then thinking process, vichara, right thinking, mindfulness. So once it has happened, that is a vyavahara. We can behave well, that brings the behavioral changes. That means, so the health is not only confined to the physical or only the mental, but it is slowly I am coming out what to eat, how to practice yoga, how to follow the rules and regulations. So, it is called anushasana, how to think, then to how to behave. All these things are included in the health and well-being aspects and principles. So, therefore, what are the practices? There are hundreds of practices. So, in our common yoga protocol, we have chosen 3. The first one is yama niyamas. Yama niyamas are prerequisites. So, once we follow yama niyamas, we need yukta karma, then mitahara, and we need the yuktahara according to the season, according to day and night, according to the mode of work. Somebody is working more physically, somebody is sitting for long duration, somebody is standing and working, the labors, etc. So, according to our nature of our work and according to the season, according to the day night. So, if you start taking food properly, then you can avoid more than 50% of the disorders or diseases. But once you practice asana, pranayama and dhyana, that will prevent from many diseases. Disease prevention and health promotion is the main aspect. Therefore, I am emphasizing one by one in our common yoga protocol. First of all, mitahara, yuktahara, that is quality of food, then quantity of food, then state of mind while eating, both are envisaged. Therefore, food is an important factor. Yatahara tatha mana. जैसे हम खाते हैं वैसे ही हम सोचते हैं. That's why food is an important component and it is one of the practice and principle of yoga for health and well-being. Next, we have a cleansing practices, detoxifications. So, we have a vata, pitta, kapha. Many times you get the cough, sometimes you get the acidity and imbalanced gastric fire, and we have the excretory problems. So, then constipation, etc. Therefore, yoga envisages Shatkarma, Neti, Dauti, Kapal, Bhati, Prataka, Nauli, Basti. Simple practice of Neti and Kapal Bhati will cleanse the nasal passages, frontal sinuses, then I can breathe well, help to overcome many of the respiratory problems. Once we breathe well, breathe properly, so my mental health will also going to improve. Therefore, kriyas are detoxifying our mind and body. Next, to start any yoga practice, we have to lose our joints and ligaments, the wrist, the elbow joints, the shoulder joints, the neck joints, the knee joints, the hip joints. Therefore, in Yoga Shastra, Maharshi Kartikeya, then Swami Dheerendra Brahmacharis, many yogis have proposed yogic Sukshma Vayam, very, very subtle practices which loses our all joints and ligaments, very systematic, but here we have taken very few, helps to increase the microcirculation. So then we have from the ancient tradition, so we are doing many upasana, Chandropasana, Suryopasana, Gayatri Upanasana, like this Suryopasana, Surya is the source of energy. So once you practice Surya Namaskara for 12 rounds or 6 rounds every day, then it brings the daily, they get down the vitality, the power of wisdom, the brightness and longevity in life. Most importantly, the practice of Surya Namaskara by young and adults keep their spine healthy and the entire nervous system, central nervous system, the spine and brain functions very well. Therefore, Surya Namaskara has been practiced as an integral part of our yoga sadhana, though it is not mentioned in our yoga text. Then a huge number of asanas. So, but we have to adopt 6 types of asanas in our life. I mentioned the forward bending, the backward bending, the lateral bending, the twisting, then the topsy-turvy, then the balancing postures, which bring the stability to the body. So, many times we work without consciousness, we do the postural deformities will occur. Therefore, once you do all these 6 types of movements, make them body stable in a particular posture for long duration, that brings the stability in the body, comfort in their body, helps to regulate the breathing. So, then it comes to the pranayama. Pranayama brings the lightness. How it happens? So, it regulated, controlled deep inhalation and exhalation from the left nostril and right nostril. This is massaging effect that open up the channels. So, if you have any problem, we have a Surya Vedana, Ujjayi, Shitali, Shitkari, Bhramari, Vastrika. But Nadi Shodhana is a very, very fundamental practice of yoga. Just do 10 to 15 minutes of Nadi Shodhana every day. We can keep many respiratory disorders away from our daily life, which are nowadays are very prevalent. So, then we have a certain locks. So, to hold a breathe, we hold it in the, lock the throat, lock the diaphragm, lock the anal sphincters. There is a method, they are the higher practices. Once you lock these things, I can channelize the prana or the breathe in the, there we adopt various mudras. Hatha Yoga emphasizes on Dasha mudras, and some texts are many mudras, but mudras are, they are the combination of asana and bandha. So, once you do, and we can channelize and we can regulate our metabolic activities, breathing activities, brain functions can be regulated by the regular practice of mudras. They are of the higher practices. Once we adopt them, that brings the steadiness and comfort. And most important component of our yoga sadhana is dhyana. Dhyana. Dhyana is yoga. Yoga samadhi, Vyasa says. So, what is dhyana? So, once you simple sit comfortably and go on withdrawing the senses from the external world to the internal world. Once you that, orient your mind, deshabandha chittasya dharana, that focus your mind on a particular point in the body, prolonged focusing and leads to the dilution of these things. So, automatically the mind ceases and it stops functioning. That is class ananda. Therefore, so continuous sustained concentration on the object of a concentration is leads to dhyana, and dhyana helps us to understand the true nature of oneself. Therefore, in the essence, what we need to adopt yama niyamas in the prerequisites, adopt yuktahara, practice mitahara, then yukta karma, right actions, and 45 minutes of asana, pranayama and dhyana leads us to healthy and well. I live well, I eat well, I function well. That leads to the total freedom from all the suffering, leads to the health and well-being. What are the characteristics or silent features of a healthy individual? Always he is very active and positive, flexible, composed and calm mind. Always he is having a positive emotion, compassion, love, affection. he works in relaxation. He never stops working but relaxation. So once you are totally working in relaxation, that gives the blissful awareness. That is the way how yoga practices leads us to health and well-being. Thank you very much. Om Shanta Shanta Shanti.